My name is Dominic Phillips. I'm 21.5, planning on majoring in political science and international relations. I have studied Korean, Chinese, and casually I've also studied Japanese and Russian.
My name is Yukyeong. I am majoring in DLC. My native language is Korean, but I also studied English, Spanish, French, German, and I recently started Chinese.
Hi everyone, my name is Kachi. I'm UD Economics. I speak English, Igbo, Yoruba, a bit of French and a bit of Korean.
Hi, I'm Dongwook. I'm past 21. I'm bilingual. I speak both English and Korean.
Hi, I'm Mihori Kumaki. I'm a year of 20. I'm majoring in CDM. And the language I speak are English, Japanese, and I'm studying Korean.
My name is Jina. I'm from a class of 21. I decided to major in international studies. My nationality is Korean.
Oh wow.
What?
Wow.
And it shows us the hop of the horse.
I like they have like only two legs.
Body is God.
Yes, because pan is half in Korean and bar is horse.
Do you know what that means?
Oh yes, but it's also like the casual language.
Yeah.
Like there's different politeness levels in Korean.
The exact opposite of honorific.
Usually when you're talking to the elders,
Yeah.
you would
Oh, okay, I know what
yeah,
you're
you would
talking about.
something or someone meeting something new. You would put like yo.
What's the word again? The Korean.
Yeah, like the
opposite of-
unofficial language part of Korean that
Yeah.
is like not the honorific.
Right. Without yo.
Yeah. Without you.
Without
Like
yo.
something that you say to your friends.
I do make those mistakes sometimes, I think, as a foreigner. I think people are a little bit more forgiving because clearly I'm learning the language, but sometimes like I'll go up to like a worker and I'll be like, oh, 멸치야. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Oh, 멸치예요. Like that kind of thing.
anyang 하세요.
So you just say
That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this in Google.
하세요.
So
Yeah,
this is like
yeah.
the same thing.
You have to be polite
Exactly.
and like speak officially.
If you're a foreigner and don't speak anything in terms of Korean,
Yeah.
they'll be like so angry at you.
Yeah,
The moment you
yeah.
say 안녕.
Yeah, like this happens to me all the time actually. Like when I go to the like 7-Eleven and they're offering to put it in a bag and I'm like, and I'm like in a rush to go and they're like, who are you and why are you speaking to me that way?
There's a sudden change in the attitude.
Yeah.
The first two photos are just 정말, saying just anyang.
Something to always keep in mind, I think, is you have to know like who you're talking to, who they are, what your relationship is with them, and that changes how you talk.
사랑해.
김치 주세요.
Yeah.
Yeah.
김치 주세요.
Okay, this is funny to me, A, because I know this meme and like I know the walk.
I feel like this is so true though.
How do you know? Did you take your first Korean class?
No, because like when I play along with my foreign friends, they obviously ask me like, teach me Korean words, Korean words. Like obviously taught them 안녕하세요.
I think there's like a certain group of Korean expressions and words that every foreigner knows, like almost automatically. Like they're just the classics that everyone knows how to say.
This is too much.
This is a very new thing for me, not gonna lie.
The Korean age system took a little bit to get used to. This gap has been really bizarre. It can get really confusing.
It's so weird to count Korean age.
We don't call names in the Korean culture usually, so I have to call a man older than me oppa and a woman older than me 언니. But then it also kind of makes it look like our relationship is really close. It's weird to call a complete stranger with those words because it actually is a word for family members.
Oh my gosh, this is so 짜증나. This is just so 짜증나, honestly.
I relate to this one really hard. This is a subject on noun markers. So like ika, I don't know what the point of all of the markers are because it's not like you use them in real conversations. Yeah. How many times do you like speak to someone and you're using like subject and object markers?
I don't really get this meme.
Bruh. Okay, I'll explain it to you. Yeah. When you're learning Korean for the first time, like a lot of the times when you don't get something right, it's usually because you missed one of these three things.
Oh.
Yeah, because you always have to
I get it. I get it.
Now I understand it, but like, because Japanese and Korean are kind of similar, so we do have these kind of thing. But the one still don't understand like the difference between this one, like the new, and like the circle one.
I think honorifics is the most difficult, especially when it's like conjoined with the past tense. So you're just like not sure like how to like do that.
Particles definitely were a hard thing to wrap my head around at first.
I think particles are hard to start. Once you get used to it, then you can understand things more easily.
This is my friend, and this is me.
You're just like so proud that you can use Korean and you just go using 반말.
Yeah.
This is something that I experienced. Yeah. So I was just introduced to a friend. Another friend who was invited started talking to me, but saying in 반말.
Yeah.
You know this person, but like in 반말.
Yeah, and you were just like...
And then I was like, is this person older than you? Like what?
Oh, okay, I've seen this one before a lot of times. This is also like a really like strange thing that happened to me. Like, uri means, in some cases means like my, like in Korean. So it's like if I wanted to say like my country, for example, what would you say?
우리나라.
Yeah, see?
우리 집.
Yeah, Koreans always use uri. Like every time, even if it's just like my house, we call it 우리 집. 우리 집으로 와. Like come visit our place, my place, and it's just uri.
This one expression that really stood out to me is 금강산도 식후경. Even if you're climbing this mountain, you should eat first. And so it's an expression that basically means you can't enjoy anything if you're hungry. And I think, like, especially because Korea has so much good food, that it's a very interesting expression. And
Korean people love rice. Like it's in most of the dishes. So in our like daily questions, we always talk about rice. In English, you would just say "How are you?" But we just say "밥 먹었어?" Literally just means like "Did you have rice?" When you're so busy, then you just say like "밥도 못 먹고 했다." Then it's like you couldn't even have rice.
I remember like the first two words I learned were like choka and oppa. My friends and I went to like this kogichi place to eat. And I kept confusing the two of them, yeah. I'm gonna try and practice my Korean now. So like, 저기요, and then they come over to me and I'm like, 오빠 주세요. Oh my God.
I like a Korean word called 정 because I think it cannot be easily translated into another language. Maybe kinship from the English language is kind of similar to what 정 is supposed to mean, but it cannot be exactly translated.
I like 예뻐요. Yeah, because it's so cool. Like, you know, in Japanese, people really don't say it's beautiful, like 예뻐요, do things. Like, we just say, that's cool. Like, kawaii. But like Koreans say, 너무 예뻐. It's like too much expression. Like, 너무 예뻐. It's like such a positive word, right?
시청해주셔서 감사합니다.
구독과 좋아요. 안녕.